Hey everybody, as promised, I will be uploading a couple videos this weekend. And these particular videos are actually based on some great questions brought forward by Lolling Lolar. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate the interest, and I'm hoping that I can help with some of the information that the questions that you had asked. You mentioned that there were 3 questions, but I felt that there's probably about 7 or 8 that we could probably touch on over the course of the next little while, since they are kind of unique in certain details that we want to keep under 5 minutes. So apologies right now because I'll be speaking off of some notes that I made earlier just to make sure that I'm capturing what I hope will be of value for anyone who is looking at this video and interested in the particular topic that Lolling Lolar brought up. So the main question was, I heard that the majority of men can't handle or don't like a female that is at least as smart or even smarter as they are. Is this rumor true? So what I wanted to do is break this down. There's obviously no right answer. Everyone's different as an INTJ female, but my personal experience was yes and no. So I'm going to go through the yes portion first and then go to the no and then just sum it up. So they are intimidated because an INTJ female has a tendency to intimidate potential interest due to their usual seriousness. We come across more more serious than other women that men come across. People that just want to have a good time, no matter how cute they are, find that maybe you are too much to handle. They don't understand how you are more, have more depth maybe than other women may let on. Also, if you're younger and learning about yourself, which is super hard for our personality profile, I find, you wonder why the hot guy is attracted to the ditzy girl. And I'm using this in quotation because I'm just playing stereotypes. I'm not sure what your guys' experience has been. Maybe they aren't threatened so much as the love interest is attracted to a person on their same wavelength. And I'm definitely not putting people in whole buckets as to, the hot guy has to be also shallow, that type of thing. But I'm just, again, speaking to maybe stereotypes that you've come across. If you did end up with a guy that you were aiming for, you might be bored in minutes because you've targeted a guy that looks good on paper, but just there's no interest there. No matter how pretty they are, again, I'm using all of these things in total stereotypes. You realize that you're running laps around them. If you decide to spend more time with them after this point, just because he has all the external check marks, you run the risk of inferior feelings function kicking in. According to the MBTI, we have the inferior feelings function. And you may actually become bonded to him or her based on the fact that there's oxytocin. That's the feel-good hormone that comes when you're starting to be attracted to somebody, and stay longer in a relationship than you didn't intend. And as you're already incompatible, which you may have felt deep down, if you're the one to get dumped, you may run the risk of feeling rejection, which could impact how you move forward in navigating your dating life. Beware of the ego guy. That's a big one, and I'm going to talk about this one more. They're not attracted to an INTJ. You don't want this guy, as well as because if he does have a big ego, which you may intuitively notice, and you might not bring it to front and center in your mind, it means he's very insecure and therefore threatened easily and will look to cut you down to feel smaller. And that's not going to help in how you navigate going forward, because that person, just a good person, will never do that to you. The other piece, so can the majority of men handle or like a woman that is smarter or even smarter? The other portion is no. intelligent people will be attracted to an INTJ female. The big thing will be, are you attracted to them? If you look back, you may find a bunch of people that you were interested in. However, did you just miss them? Ultimately, it's all initially about chemistry. Either it's there or not. However, intelligent guys sometimes need more than one date to open up, which is the same as us. So to dismiss them prematurely may have you missing a potential partner, which is tough because we like to make assessments really quickly. And sometimes the intelligent guy is going to take the same amount of time as you. I've done this many times personally. However, that was due to personal insecurities that I had to work through. If you're not comfortable with yourself and you're using a mask to protect yourself, that ego-driven place, that insecurity, the mask, will not jive with the other individual. It won't work. Unfortunately, in my case, it had me end relationships early. However, that also meant it wasn't meant to be at that particular time, and you have to give yourself a break that you're figuring yourself out, especially as an INTJ woman. It's complicated up here. Last point that I wanted to lead with my other video, I want to talk about the bad boy in particular. That bad boy who's intelligent and complex and will try to conquer someone who's an INTJ female or male. Depends. I mean, I don't think it goes both ways. You have to figure you out and beware. You may need a few of those, however, to understand who you are. They're usually a sign telling you need to work through something. So in conclusion, we're all plagued as INTJ females with a bunch of movies that we try to make sense of ourselves through watching them in order to navigate our own lives. Those movies say, I'm going to use a total random, many of you might not have been born by now, such as Dirty Dancing or 10 Things I Hate About You. Again, great, cute shows, but they show the idea of a, strong, intelligent person and the complex bad boy guy and how deep underneath he's actually this great guy. And I'm not saying all bad boys are bad, but what I'm saying is that we're sticklers to trying to understand the bad boy persona through all their complex layers. So one show that I would suggest if you're interested is a show called Love and Sex, and it's from the 90s. It's nothing that's crazy, but what I found is that it's kind of true to life for an INTJ woman. It's trying to stumble through relationships and all the pieces that come with it when there's not other sources out there that are like-minded that you can use as a mentor. Hope that helps. I am way over my time, but I really wanted to address that key piece first. And like I said, there'll be a series of other videos tied to that, as it seems that there's a lot of interest on this topic. Again, please provide, if there's any interest that questions that people want to bring up or comments, please make sure that you forward them, and I'd love to touch on them. Thanks.